Alright, game number 2 here. We'll be on Dusk Towers, spawning in the top right in purple from LiT eSports, our Protoss player, Intuition. And the bottom left in yellow from BornGo, our Zerg is Gnarwhal. So last game, Intuition went for a double pylon block to start out the game. I'm curious if he's going to try it again. It's going to be a lot more difficult to get that done on this map. I kind of expect Gnarwhal maybe to send down a drone as soon as he possibly can, maybe even to both locations, just to make sure that doesn't happen. Gnarwhal had a pretty good reaction in the last game. He just kind of tried to all in. I don't think Intuition. No, Intuition will not see Gnarwhal down here taking this hatchery. So nicely done by our Zerg player, making sure he does get that hatchery up behind this. He can start however he wants to. He's not going to have to start off in a really weird situation where you're taking your natural 8 minutes in the game after you've tried to all in. In Gnarwhal, his all in could have been held a lot better than Intuition did hold it in the last game. It was just barely done. It was just enough so that Intuition's initial lead with an economy rolling was enough to push him through to win that game, despite holding it in a pretty poor fashion. Other side of the map, Intuition has opened up pretty standard. He does have a Nexus on the way here. It is a gas already. It's only 2, and the gas will be 3 now. I think he pulled it out just to make that pile. That's all he did. Gateway and Cybercore out front, walling off, helping to wall off at least. And just waiting for both players to decide what they're going to be doing with their tech routes. If they're going to go for just a macro-focused game. And Gnarwhal looking to take a third hatchery here. There is a probe down there. He's not going to try and pylon that off at all, but he will hide the probe at least. He will force Gnarwhal to realize that, hey, that probe might still be down there, and send some links down there to take care of that. Actually, Intuition is going to use this probe to scout anyway, just to make sure there's like an early roach one or anything, considering Gnarwhal hasn't been pushed down at all to start this game. Next is finishing up here for Intuition on the side of the map. He does have a second gas taken to start adding on at least one more gateway. A second gateway? A third gateway? It's going to be 4 gates to open up? No, just a 3-gate opener. It's a nice safe open here from our Protoss player. Already has an adept out. He's getting a sentry as well. So he's looking to either get up to a really quick third nexus or try and all in really quickly here. But if he does all in, it's going to be pretty much just off of gateway units alone, which won't be the strongest, especially considering the fact that Gnarwhal so quickly got up and got his third hatchery up, which is just about finishing up here. Just a few more seconds. Mubster Core is finishing up here for Intuition. He's got some more adepts on the way. He does have the single sentry, and I think probably just looking for any scouting overlords, if those were able to come in or not. At the moment, Gnarwhal doesn't look like he wants to go send anything in. He's even getting the overlord's speed to help him scout immediately in this game, and do so safely. Being able to scout and get out without losing overlord is such a really nice victory for a Zerg player. Right now, nothing but adepts coming from Intuition. No Twilight Council just yet, however, to actually make better use of it. He's just going straight normal adepts. Maybe thinking that there might be a drop on the way, and, well, there is an Evil Chamber. There's a Baneless coming up. So, Bane drops could be a thing, especially with having the second pylon here. Just helping out with any overcharges if necessary. And again, a Stargate coming up for Intuition, so he definitely likes playing with the Stargate, but oh, the overcharge goes down. I don't think it's going to be able to stop this overlord again. The speed overlord's pretty nice. He's able to see the fact that there is that Stargate there and prepare for that, however he decides to do. He will get out of there. He will get out with it overlord. That's nice for him. +1 melee attacks on the way here for Gnarwhal, so definitely lane bling. Start of the game, maybe going to Hydra here in a bit. Is there a lair anywhere? No lair just yet here for our Zerg player, so still just sitting on this hatchery play. There's quite a few adepts coming across the map, which Gnarwhal does see with an overlord, so Gnarwhal's able to prepare for this. He does have some Banelings morphing in. They may be a little bit late here. Shades are going to be popping in here in just a second. Oh, he just backs off. I think he has no idea how quickly these are actually going to finish up. And they're finished up now. He's going to try and split as best as he can. He's splitting pretty well here. I don't think he's actually lost any adepts just yet. Gnarwhal wisely just removed his banelings from the engagement. Waited until those adepts were a little bit more bunched up, and he's going to get on top of most of them. He's going to try to shade out of here, but most of these adepts are going to die. And actually, all of them, well, okay, one survives. A single adept out of all that survives. And Gnarwhal, I mean, he lost a lot of gas with those banelings dying, but he did kill off quite a bit of the units that Intuition actually has. In response, Intuition does have a second Stargate, actually. I didn't even see that come up. He has a second Stargate, and he's got an Oracle on the way, which is going to fare nicely against this, but still +1 melee links right now. There isn't really much back home. There's a few adepts, and there's a single sentry, but it's going to be really difficult for Intuition to actually ever get a third base up. I'm not sure if he wants to try and go once again for some sort of all-in behind all of this. He's starting to make some Phoenix, maybe expecting there to be a Spire play coming up soon. And a fourth hatchery being taken by Gnarwhal here, so Gnarwhal isn't really focused on killing Intuition right now, and I'm kind of surprised he actually let this third hatchery or third Nexus get up with really no hindrance to it. I would have expected those links to maybe stick forward a little bit and annoy this Nexus, keep this Nexus from going down as long as possible. There's an Oracle who's going to spot these morphing banelings, which aren't going to be able to do too much. He should be able to kill most of those banes, but he's going to use a lot more energy than he maybe wanted to use to do it. Oh, it does have to cancel those banelings, but that's about it. Some Spore Collars coming up, an Infestation Pit, and another Evo Chamber coming down here for our Zerg player. He's just droning up right now. He's not worried about attacking. He's not really worried about defending because he knows that his opponent went for that earlier attack. So he can just sit here and drone up. And he's up to, well, he's only at 55 right now. He's about to hit 60 range. But he does hit 60. And he's still just making more and more drones right now. Wants to get as much of a coming rolling as he possibly can. Going for the Infestation Pit the way he did. He does have 6 gases taken right now. He's got 7 and 8 coming up here at this 4th base. So he's going to have a ton of gas he wants to go for. Well, we'll have to see. I'm not sure exactly what he wants to go for with that Infestation Pit. If he just wants to get the Hive as quickly as possible and go for Ultras, that's a possibility, but he does have a Spire on the way as well, which should have been scouted out. Should be scouted out by Intuition. I think he does see that. There's already, however, a bunch of Phoenix out, so I don't know if Gnarwhal even really plans to use the Spire for some mutas, or if he wants to use it to get into Brood or Corruptor pretty quickly here. DT Shrine is on the way for Intuition. No 4th Nexus from him, but he just now is getting his 3rd completely saturated and set up. And so that's a pretty good chunk of lings right now, but really all that Gnarwhal is doing right now is just kind of setting his lings up for vision around the map in various locations. Where are these banes even being morphed? Oh, right there. Oh, he's gonna drop. He's gonna drop some banes. I would really like if Gnarwhal can find some more Overlords to load up before he goes in with just a single. Because if you can, force your opponent to run away with a bunch into one location, it'd be kind of nice. Yeah, it's going to be just a greater Spire here from Gnarwhal. And directly into Dorito Glens as well. Is there an Ultra Cavern anywhere? I don't think there is just yet. No, there doesn't seem to be an Ultra Cavern just yet, so he's just going for Crackling upgrade at the moment. Banes do get dropped. They don't get a lot of damage done, but oh my god, oh, that's a big one. That was a nice hit. 12 workers are dead, have been killed off. There's a bunch of Phoenix here for Intuition, but unfortunately for him, there's not going to be mutas anymore. It's going to be Corruptors. 7 Corruptors are being made right now, which are, I mean, they're probably have to stay Corruptors. So I guess that's nice for him. Keep those alive, but Ultra Cavern as well, and Phoenix, well, they can't lift Ultras, and that's a lot of Phoenix. It's a lot of Phoenix with some DTs mixed in as well. There are a couple overseers already over on top of the army for Gnarwhal. Gnarwhal is making a ton of banes, 29 banes, actually 9 mutas coming in, despite all of these Phoenix here. So he's got enough corruptors. He feels like he has enough corruptors to actually make some mutas. And it's going to be a pretty large attack for both sides here. Just a couple of DTs are being made into Archons now. I guess realizing that they're not going to be able to do a ton of damage. That is so many adepts right now. That is a ridiculous amount of adepts, but he needs to split those up because Bane's going to roll on top of this and get a lot of damage done. Most of that army is... wow, that army is just completely shredded. That army is no more. There's some adepts left over, but that's really all there is. Corruptors are getting taken out by the Phoenix at least, so Intuition will win the air battle, which should, in theory, keep this kind of even. But Intuition did lose pretty much the entirety of his ground force. He has a few DTs rolling in here, but there is at least one Spore Crawler here. And at the same time, Intuition is taking out the rest of these mutas, and when he does that, he can probably kill off the last two Corruptors. Maybe lift a Queen and kill that. He's going to lose... well, he may not kill this last Corruptor, because he's going to lose all of this Phoenix here. There's some Zealots rolling out in to try and deal with those Queens as well. There's a couple of DTs left over, even. Oh, at the same time, there's a big run-by that I completely ignored of Lings that took out pretty much all of the probes on this natural, it seems. So well done by Gnarwhal. He was losing his fourth bases, but at the same time, he has Lings in the main now of Intuition. A bunch of Zealots do get warped in here. It will clean that up. Bane Nest does go down here. These DTs are, well, they're not being dealt with very well by Intuition right now. He did lose his overseer, I think, to the Phoenix, actually. So he's having to deal with the DTs kind of in a way he doesn't want to. Lings are still left over here in the natural, or the third base of Intuition. Intuition is still yet to clean this up. He has to have a wall off, and he's got some probes just kind of sitting around not doing anything. Meanwhile, Intuition's force has been cleaned up. Gnarwhal's going to retake his fourth base, and he has so many freaking Corruptors right now. And he's making Ultras even. And Intuition losing as many probes as it did. 61 to 36 probes right now. 35 have been killed by Gnarwhal. 14 have been killed by Intuition. Another player really has a fourth base right now, but Intuition is much further from actually securing a fourth base than Gnarwhal, considering Gnarwhal is already on the way here. So many Ultras. This is the big army from Gnarwhal moving across the map now. He's got 4 Ultras with it. He's got a few more coming in. He's got a bunch of Lings. I don't think there's really many Banelings right now. No, there isn't many Banelings. He doesn't really need many Banelings. A really good thing for Intuition right now is the fact that this is a really nice sim city. It's pretty choky here, so the Ultras are going to have a tough time getting much damage done, but honestly, I don't know if Gnarwhal even really needs to push into this. All he needs to do is just deny a fourth base, and he can win this game pretty easily, but he is going to push in here for the time being and see what he can get done. Ling's getting on top of everything with that crack upgrade. Intuition knows he is done, and he's going to tap out. GG. The series is evened up. And we'll be going to the Ace map of the Ace series, which is awesome. This last map will decide the winner and who will be moving on to the finals and who will be dropping down to the consolation. Back in just a second.